What grades are we talking about for this type of curriculum, or what you're doing?
All of them. This would be something that would be across the spectrum, but the type of education would change with the grade level. So what is appropriate in kindergarten, it's different than what's in second grade. It's different than what's in high school, where it brings about the idea that it's someone who could be a peer when you get to junior high and high school level. So it's supposed to be very age appropriate, but it is for all ages.
If I can, I would just contribute that the specific legislation deals with grades K through 6.
And is this part of like the health curriculum or something in particular, or is this a separate class that these kids would be taking?
It would be incorporated into the health curriculum. That would probably be the most logical place for it.
Is that up to the local districts to figure out how to do that? Is that what you're saying?
Being a home rule state, we've allowed for ODE to, in our legislation, provide model curricula, but it is to the discretion of the local district to decide what curriculum and where they want to implement that particular lesson plan.
Can I ask, what do you wish you had been told as a youngster? I mean,
I wish I would have been told that, you will be believed, you don't keep this a secret, that, given the examples, grandma's surprise party, is a secret. It's a safe secret to keep. An unsafe secret to keep is, the kid that brings firecrackers to school, the uncle that's doing, taking you into a bedroom and doing something, touching you inappropriately. Given examples, because we have to make kids understand the difference between safe touches, unsafe touches, safe secrets, unsafe secrets, but also this idea that you will be believed. Because so many times kids put this, the guilt on themselves that, this is my fault, I won't be believed, people are going to think I'm liars. And we need to drill that into kids' heads that this is not your fault and you will be believed. And if the first safe adult you tell doesn't do anything, you keep telling. You find another safe adult in your life and you tell. Because when you look at these statistics of these, perpetrators, they often have multiple victims. In my case, as that little 6, 7, 8-year-old, he was abusing several little girls. When I moved and the family members started abusing me, how I wish it would have been the education in the classroom to get me to break my silence, it wasn't. It was my 11-year-old sister coming to me and telling me this same relative was also sexually abusing her. You got the example, the national example of Jerry Sandusky. Had that first kid 10 plus years ago been educated on how to speak up and tell, there wouldn't be 10, 12, multiple victims. But like I say, the only message these kids get is from these perpetrators. And it's time we put these perpetrators out of business.
If I could speak just a little bit to Erin's scenario, knowing that in many cases where this is actually occurring, it's somebody who is deemed to be a safe person in your life. And I think that this relates to other pieces of legislation I'm working on as it relates to non-authoritative employees engaging sexually students. We need to help educate and empower students to know the difference, kids to know the difference early on, so that we're avoiding some of these circumstances where when you are in your safe haven or your educational house, the K through 12 system, you're not being preyed upon and you know the difference. Growing up with foster brothers and sisters, we had a little boy who opened up to us about sexual assault that had happened to him, but he hadn't told the professionals. And I think the more children know, the better off they will be. And we all know, and I think everyone can agree on the fact that knowledge is power. When students know how to react or who to talk to about resources, they will. But as long as they don't know something is wrong, they won't have anywhere to turn and they won't know where to take that information. I think, Erin, your statistics reflect pretty broadly that only 1 in 10 children who are sexually abused tell somebody, and we'd like to see those numbers heightened dramatically because it would help. So her little sister didn't too have to be in that circumstance. If she would have known at that time and have been empowered to speak out and receive the assistance she needed to get out of that circumstance, it wouldn't have had the ripple effect.
Yep.
This